Mics are live.
What's going on, What's going on, everyone? We are live from IFA, however you want to pronounce it, 2011. Cali Lews from Geeky TV.
Hey guys.
Mark Watson, Soldierknowsbest.
Hello.
The Mark Watson, Soldierknowsbest. We are doing the trial run of YouTube Live on the TechnoBuffalo channel. We have a ton of awesome stuff to talk about. We're hoping at some point we're going to be able to take some questions. I'm very animated, as you can tell.
Oh no, I think you can do better. Come on.
We're definitely going to be taking questions. We might be taking questions from this computer.
And that's before beer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You guys want to see the live stream in a few hours after we're in. It's a different stream altogether. So hopefully we'll get some questions as well. We got a ton of awesome tech right in front of us. It's already come out from IFA, and the show hasn't even started yet. So I'll move this down here. The big piece de resistance, I think. Mark?
Yes. Why him?
No.
I think we all want
Ladies
to.
first. Ladies first.
No, I was just
No,
joking.
no, okay.
This is awesome. So,
Oh, this is the new Samsung Note. I just got announced today. And so the first thing you'll probably notice is the big screen. This is what, 5 inches, 5.1?
Yeah, it's a 5.3 inch
5.3 inch screen.
with a 720p display.
it's a beautiful display. It looks fantastic. It looks very sharp.
But the phone itself is still pretty thin, so.
But this is a phone, it's a tablet, and it's a notepad all in one.
And it's also Callie's dream device?
I think it might be. So here's the deal. I have an iPhone currently. My iPhone contract is coming up in about a week, and I keep debating what I want. I want definitely an Android phone for sure. And the thing is I want the 7-inch tab. I love the Galaxy Tab, right? But then I saw this, and I'm like, oh, but then I could have all in one, the phone and the tablet. And that might be my dream device.
Yeah.
I'm playing with it. We're all loving it so far.
There's a lot to love. You look at a phone with a resolution of 1280 by 800, and you expect the screen to be beautiful,
Yes.
and then you see it in person,
And you're like,
it's, I mean, you're shocked at how awesome it is.
Now the big question is, does it fit in your pockets? Now I think John will probably demonstrate that.
We're going to run the test. So we can't necessarily move all of our
all
cameras.
right, he's pulled out his BlackBerry.
I've taken out the BlackBerry 9900. We're going to try the pants test, which is what everybody wants to know. When I saw that, I was like, it's great. Can I fit it in my pants? Now I can see the jokes
that's
already
what
in
she
the
said,
chat. If I could here.
Right. So let's try it.
Yeah, you know,
Let's
and I'm not wearing tight, skinny, emo jeans here. I got normal.
Let's not go down that path.
I have normal dude jeans on. All right. So without
Don't fall
falling
over.
over here live on camera, hopefully we're on here. I'm gonna see if I can fit this in my pocket.
It fits
I can.
with room to spare
There.
about that much.
And you know what? I can sit down with it.
It's not uncomfortable?
Not bad. I mean, it's there. I mean, it definitely makes a big rectangle in your pants.
I'm trying not to say anything at all.
But you can definitely, definitely use it.
But so here's the thing, it's definitely not going to fit in a girl's pocket by far. I mean, even my iPhone sticks out, and that's a small device. But I am a Tom girl by far and large, and I do not like to carry purses. I'm thinking I might be willing to carry a purse for this thing.
So this phone actually comes with accessories. Evidently you need a purse.
Right.
to carry it.
Samsung,
Good idea.
sell a purse. Just big enough for this.
So this also has another really cool thing about it we didn't talk about, and it lives on the bottom.
And here it is.
Check it out. Want to give us a demonstration?
Sure. So this is the notepad part of the Note, and you just go into. Oops, I just went into the planner. When you want, you go into the memo. Actually, here we go. There we go. So the Samsung Galaxy Note, and you can scribble around, you can make your notes, your to-do lists. What do you guys like to write on your notes, on your notepads?
So shopping list?
Yeah, groceries,
Shopping
yeah.
list. And but then there's also a little button here on the stylus, and if you hold it down and then click, it'll take a screenshot. And you get the vibration with it so you know it's worked.
Nice.
And then you can save that, you can cancel it, you can email it, looks like you might even be able to share it via Facebook.
So isn't it strange to get excited about a stylus again? I mean, don't you remember the old, the old Palm days and the Windows Mobile 6 and 5, and now we're like stylus.
The HTC Flyer also has a stylus, but I wasn't excited about it.
But it sucks, yeah. But this one is done right, and it's done because it's magnetic, right?
Yeah, it's a different type of stylus.
And they do it right, so you can be able to. You're not going to accidentally write on it with your finger or anything like that.
Right.
But the stylus is very responsive for it. So.
But
it's nice.
It just shows how big things come in circles. Like, we're so excited now for a stylus, which Apple tried to kill with the capacitive touchscreen, and now we're so excited to come back to it.
When do bell bottoms come back?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, good.
And we actually have some sort of new retro tech.
We do.
Which is an awesome unintentional segue.
That was actually fantastic.
To some of the stuff that we have.
Johnny, could you bring our retro tech in?
Can you bounce it in?
This is from TDK of all people. The people who made the cassette tape, right? Look at this thing. You've got
We got Mark doing the beatbox.
All right, let's make some room here, I guess.
It's just going to block you.
Okay. So this is the TDK. It's the 3-speaker boombox, and they've put a lot of work into it. I mean, the thing I've noticed first is how fantastically beautiful it is. They've got the cover on this front speaker with the tweeters on the ends.
It's rubberized. It feels
it's rubberized.
Very nice.
Bottom, for sure. Feel the bottom.
Nice.
So how heavy is it? It's probably what everybody's wondering. Let's give it a shot. Woo! This is tough. You need some strong shoulders to carry that guy around.
But they also made it so that it will mount on a tripod.
Oh, really?
Or a stand of some sort.
So that's pretty awesome.
So also, show them the top, where it's rubberized, the indentation. Like that's for an iPod or an iPhone. You can plug it in via USB, but they didn't create the dock on it because they didn't want that look of a dock.
Okay.
But
And look at the battery cover.
it takes what?
12 Ds.
12 Ds, just like the old days.
What sort of ports does it have on it? And what are the audio options?
Oh,
On the other side.
USB for you can plug an iPod.
So USB?
Yeah, and also
Line in,
RCA
you've got-
and line in and instrument in, and you can mix them. So you could play
hold on.
something. Yeah. You
So
could
here,
play
here.
something.
You talk to my chest.
Yeah, you could play something by
Look
let's say
closer.
having it on your iPod. Then you can plug your guitar into the instrument input, and you can mix the two.
It's a beautiful looking piece of hardware.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
retro but modern at the same time. So.
Yeah. I think it's cool. And that's I think it's $449, $499. And available when? Now. It's available
the
now.
two-speaker version is in Best Buy.
Oh, that's right. The 2-speaker version is actually in Best Buy right now in the US. And that's on Amazon?
And the TDK folks also got a very cool. This is their press kit. It's actually in a tape, which is very cool. It's kind of fun to see the creative press kits.
Yeah.
So that's not the only fun stuff we have. We've got a ton of other awesome stuff rocking in front of us. Mark has right in front of him one of the new Samsung cameras.
Now the cool thing about this camera is that a lot of times you're trying to take a picture of yourself and you have no friends, nobody around.
You get
you're trying to point it this way. You don't know whether you're in frame or not.
The Facebook picture.
Yeah.
Yes. Somebody called that the MySpace picture. I guess it evolves through the generations.
Oh yeah. Well, they fixed that problem with this display that actually flips all the way up, and when you turn it on, pops out. Now you can see yourself without having to worry about missing yourself in the picture. And also they put a shutter button on the back of it right here to be a little bit more convenient for you. So now you can just take it, snap it,
He just
and
took
you're
a
good to
picture
go.
of
And that's a
himself.
horrible picture though.
Can you take a new Facebook picture? Take a new profile.
All right.
We should all take one and
I gotta
upload
fix
it.
my
Yeah.
hair first.
You're all
Hang on.
good?
Hold on. All right.
All right.
I don't think that's actually going to go on my profile.
I just uglied up that
No.
picture.
No, I did enough of that myself. But that's called the MV800, and the MV stands for multi-view for the two different views.
And that's 16 megapixels?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's also a few other interesting things about this camera. First, it has a capacitive touchscreen on it.
Yes.
Which is kind of new for a camera. Let me see if I'll flip it back around.
Let's get that picture off
there-
of it.
It's a 3-inch capacitive screen on it, I believe.
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
So a 3-inch capacitive screen, you actually scroll through, and it's like it's a smartphone, and it's got smart frames and magic mirrors.
I think it's called Magic Frame, isn't
Magic-
it? Isn't that right?
Let's check it.
I think it's Magic Frame, yeah.
It's Magic Frame, correct? Yes.
Magic Frame.
And
Magic Frame 2,
oh, Magic Frame 2.
the sequel.
So this, the Magic Frame actually allows you to combine 2 pictures. So if you have one picture, maybe there's a picture frame or a tablet showing in it, you can then put the second picture inside that picture frame.
Oh, that's
Which
neat.
is very
That
cool.
kind of
So
thing.
you're taking pictures of your kids, you can put them on the cover of Time magazine,
Yes.
type thing. Also has live panorama, so you can sort of do that sweep panorama thing that we've seen sort of made popular in
Yeah.
consumer and prosumer cameras.
Now, does it take 3D pictures as well?
I see
It
that.
does have a 3, wait,
know what
I
that
think it's this one that has a 3D mode.
But it says 3D photos.
Oh,
on
okay.
it.
Well, so we were playing with the 3D earlier, and I think it was on this camera specifically, though, that we were playing with it. And we haven't quite figured out the
Yeah.
3D because it doesn't look exactly 3D, but there's a file when you import it on the computer. There's a file that maybe you just need a 3D like reader essentially to
So we
look
actually
at it.
have the Samsung.
We do.
Guys, we could ask, maybe in a minute, and we can find out on it. So we've got a lot of other great stuff here in front of us.
So this is the NX200. I've been playing with both of these for like 2 days.
2 days straight, yeah.
And I really like that one. I think that's an awesome point and shoot. But this has me kind of drooling. It takes awesome photos. We've taken some pretty amazing ones with it, given the size and given the price point. And it has interchangeable lenses. So if you actually, this is off, so let's change this out. This is the 16mm lens. Hold that.
Bring in the big guy.
Oh, yes.
And this is the
Big baby.
85mm, 1.2, 1.4?
F1.4 prime.
Yeah. It has a cover, of course.
That is huge.
Look at it. It's a tiny little body with this huge camera lens.
How does it feel weight-wise to hold?
With the lens, obviously the lens is what's going to pull the weight in, but the
front
body
heavy, yeah.
itself is light enough that you just want to, throw it in your purse or pocket or whatever. But obviously the weight is a little heavy.
Yeah.
Nothing near, a DSLR like a Canon 5D or anything like that.
So you were shooting video with this too, right?
Yeah. The video is pretty good as well. This is what did we say that on megapixels this was?
That
This is 20.3.
20.3.
Yep.
I didn't have any complaints about the video, and the pictures were pretty fantastic. Come
All
on
right,
in.
we have an expert
We
here.
have Ethan from Samsung.
This is our friend Ethan. Yes, come on in.
Hi.
Hey. We were just explaining the NX200 and the MV800.
Yes.
And go
Two of my
ahead.
favorite cameras of all time, by the way.
So we had a question about the 3D button on here.
Yeah, sure. I have a question about that, but go ahead.
Is it shooting? Is it shooting in 3D?
Yeah,
on
so
this?
what we're doing is basically the camera can tell how far away things are.
Okay.
The same way that it focuses, it's sending out that beam to measure the distance. It's using that beam to decide how far things away are, and then it can calculate the 3D image out of that.
And then how do you view back the 3D
So
image?
you plug it into your Samsung. Yeah. Let me hold this a little bit.
Oops.
Oop.
Oh, just keep it right up to your mouth.
So you basically you simply plug that into your Samsung 3D television, or any 3D television, and the images will play back on your TV.
Can you do it with a computer program? There are some PC programs.
Yeah, it's a standard. The format that it encodes the 3D images are.
it's just
It's a
standard,
standard format. So what I love is imagine you had a wedding or something. You take pictures of your wedding
Yeah.
in 3D and put them up on your TV.
Right.
It's like people were there.
If you're taking pictures of your own wedding.
That's right. I mean, that's what I would do.
Hopefully you're not. Yeah.
My wife would have killed me.
Well, you can always take additional pictures as to having a photographer.
There for the honeymoon.
Absolutely. And this guy has something really cool. The whole line in the lenses.
Yeah.
What is that technology called?
The eye function.
Eye function.
Yeah.
And we walk us through maybe what the eye function
sure.
does.
Let me put this right
We could
here.
sort of maybe hold it.
I'll hold this if you want.
This-
Okay. Yeah, I do need 2 hands for this.
Okay.
So, if you have one of these sort of cameras, what you're going to need to do is you're going to adjust your you're gonna need to adjust your shutter speed, your ISO,
Sure.
all that sort of thing. And the way you're gonna do it on a camera like this is you're gonna go into a menu. So in this case, we have a menu that looks kind of like this. And then you sort of are going to have to go through the screen and select something and hit a button and then move the dial.
A big hierarchy of menus to get
Right,
to where you
menus.
wanna
So
go.
the whole point is we're saving you that trouble. You push the iFunction button. Let me go back into the shooting mode so you can see how that works.
So it becomes like a shortcut button right
It's
on the
actually-
lens, right?
What it does is you have this ring up here is your focus ring. So it's basically like a shift key for the focus ring. I just had to go into manual mode because when you're in auto mode, you can't change anything.
Right.
So all you do is you hit the iFunction right here.
And you've got all
And
those
then,
sort of options.
as you see,
right
I'm
from the
now
shortcut.
now able to adjust the aperture right from the ring.
The ring becomes the selector.
Right, and you just hit it again, and you can adjust the shutter speed right from the ring.
Excellent.
So you don't have to mess with the menus. It's all right where your hand already is.
And I think it bodes well for pro photographers if they want something when they don't want to carry around their big camera equipment. I think they'll kind of like that view.
That's right. And of course, we have, I think, about 10 different lenses you can snap onto here, and we have some that are quite a bit smaller than that. That's what I love about the NX200, is that it's so. Let me show you something, Mark. Hang on 1 second. I'm just going to show them what it looks like without the lens, because you can't see how small the camera is with that giant.
Yeah, we had the 16
Oh, I didn't see
earlier,
it. Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, so yeah, you can see how tiny
And
the
then
camera is.
this guy also has a hot shoe.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah.
not. It's a powered hot shoe. So what that means is we give you a lens in the box, so you can actually plug the lens right in there.
That's the
you don't need
18 to
batteries.
55 millimeter. That
I'm
comes
sorry,
with the box, right?
the flash.
Oh, the flash. Okay.
Yeah, the hot shoe. You plug the flash into the
Yeah.
top, and then it'll work powered from the camera. You don't need batteries, so you can have a tiny little flash, and that's in the box.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
And so you haven't actually officially announced the lenses, have you?
We announced some of them, but we're sort of gradually announcing more and more lenses.
And-
so we're going to have a whole huge collection of lenses.
Will you do price points yet?
We'll have price points soon. We haven't
Okay.
finalized all the price points. Yeah, some of them.
I
you
keep
know,
asking
have
them
to
that.
ask.
I keep asking.
We have lenses. Let's just say we have multiple choices, multiple options. We have lenses for every possible application.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
So push
So
that
take that with you to the
guy off
guys.
to the
Okay.
side.
Cheers.
Bye. That was Ethan. He's awesome.
Ethan's been our friend for the past few days. So if that wasn't enough, and the show hasn't even started yet, we still
Yeah,
have,
we've only been doing
Pre-show.
this for a little while.
yeah, and we still have more stuff.
We
Yes.
do.
So we've got. So you guys
talk
pick.
about
What do you
this?
want to talk about next?
Me?
Yeah.
So this is the ViewSonic.
That is the ViewPad 7X.
Yes, and it's a tablet. It's actually the world's first, or the first tablet that's going to come to market on 7-inch with 3.2 Android. So it's got a skin. I'm trying to find the power button. Hold on, there it is. They're different everywhere. It has a nice skin. Obviously, the Android you're going to be familiar with. But you hit this little button at the bottom, and the skin is called ViewScene. And so I'm going to have John here show you guys. It's like a carousel.
Yeah.
You throw it around, and you can find all your weather and your maps and your traffic and all of that. But then if you leave it for a little while, it actually acts as a screensaver. So it'll start popping up relevant information in that module. So if it's traffic, it'll start popping up maybe pictures of traffic, or I haven't really looked at all into exactly what it's showing, but
I'm waiting till I can get flying toasters.
there you go. That would be awesome.
And I believe that's the world's first 3.27-inch
Exactly.
honeycomb tablet.
Exactly.
Which is kind of cool. You can see it's doing all kinds of neat stuff, and it's a Tegra 2 in here, so you're going to get the
Should be
power
pretty fast, yeah.
Yeah.
that you would expect. It's doing all kinds of neat stuff here on it.
What type of ports does it have? It has like an SD card slot or anything
Check
like
it out.
that?
Let's see. I think it has micro HDMI, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does have a
Yeah.
HDMI out.
So plug it right into your TV or
Yeah,
the
volume.
ViewSonic monitor.
Oh, and the camera is 5 megapixels on back and 2 in front, so it should take very clear photos.
Yes.
I like it. It's a little thicker than, like the Tab, if you will. But
It does have a little bit of heft.
But it also
But it
has
still
the
can fit
Tegra
in
2
one hand,
processor, and
right?
you know,
Fit in
it
one hand,
still-
good for
It
reading.
still feels good, yeah. So I like that one.
I like
Then-
that.
So go ahead. It's not the only ViewSonic
You
product.
want
that
to
we
talk
have
about
here.
this one?
You want- yeah.
Okay. So this is the ViewSonic. I guess you guys didn't stop by their booth. It's just a phone. But it has dual SIM card. So you can actually. I'm gonna have you show the dual SIM cards there. So you can have two running at the same time. You can have voice on one network. You can have data on another network, and use them both at the same time. If you want to separate your personal life and your business life, you can do it that way. If you travel a lot, you can have one going all the time for unlimited. I mean, there are a lot of different uses for it, and it's super light. Feel that? I mean, it's not the lightest phone I've ever felt, but it's very light. And it feels good. It looks good. And what else? That one is in Europe. It's going to be €250, available in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
And they're expecting it to come to the U.S., but we don't know what form that's going to take yet in terms of contracts or networks, that kind of thing.
Yep. There's a lot of kind of cool uses to that dual SIM thing.
I don't know of another phone that is.
No, I don't. Evidently, the dual SIM technology is built right into Android. It's just not activated in most phones because they don't have two SIM cards.
Yeah,
right.
They're just taking advantage of it.
And it's baked right into settings. So when you want to make a phone call, you can actually pick which SIM you want to call from or have calls come in on. So we're traveling right here. If you've got your AT&T SIM card in one and you want to buy one of those all-you-can-eat data SIM cards, you pop it in and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It is lit up.
We just got lights.
It is running Froyo though, and so we're no gingerbread action.
All right, so here's the thing. I actually like Froyo better.
Really?
Yeah.
It's cold and delicious, but from the Android standpoint, you take Froyo over gingerbread.
Yeah.
Why?
It's more solid, maybe.
Yeah,
it's been
more
around for a
solid.
little bit longer.
I like it a little bit. Maybe I'm just setting my old habits. I don't know, but I just like it better. Honeycomb especially drives me nuts a little. I don't think it's as intuitive.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
If you let someone try and figure out honeycomb on their own,
it's not going to happen unless they're a geek, like a hardcore geek. But regular people don't.
Can you imagine the comments right now as we're saying something bad about Android? We can almost just imagine them going straight down.
The iPhone is here too, but we're not talking about it.
I love Android. Honeycomb. I can't wait until ice cream sandwich.
Yes.
And might I say, every time I see that freaking logo, I want an ice cream sandwich.
And you get the cold and deliciousness of Froyo.
Right.
Thrown right in there.
Yeah.
So, everybody wins, and supposedly coming October-ish?
Yeah, that's what we hear.
I think so.
Around then in the Nexus Prime is sort of the name we keep hearing thrown around.
Yes. Can't wait to see that Prime.
Right.
Allegedly built by Samsung. And we also, that wasn't the only stuff that we don't have in front of us. We also had a ton of cool stuff come out from Sony that had their keynote yesterday.
Yeah, so Sony yesterday had their press conference and they showed off the S1 and S2 tablets, which are now called the Tablet P and the Tablet S. And so, the main tablet has the 9.7-inch screen. It looks more like a traditional tablet. But also they came out with the smaller one, which is in a clamshell type of format. And it basically looks like this piece of paper, kind of just like this. That's a really bad demonstration.
Break it down, why don't you?
Really bad demonstration. But that has a lot of good uses. It'll probably be good for reading books or e-readers, something like that. And also it's small as well, so if you fold it up, you'll be able to fit in your pocket. So
it looked kind of thick from the pictures, and I didn't get to go to that press conference.
Right. I didn't get a chance to get my hands on it, but we'll see tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you were going to pick up one of them, which one would you get? Which Sony tablet is Mark Watson going to walk into the Sony style store and buy?
I like the idea of the smaller clamshell type of form factor. I can see a good amount of uses for it. But I'll probably have to wait and see until I get my hands on it. But
yeah.
Did you guys get a chance to play with the Kyocera Echo that sort of had that dual screen as well?
I saw you did a video.
That was at CES though, right? I think I played with it then.
Yeah.
I think I played with it then.
So do you think it's going to be weird having that sort of gap in the middle of the two screens?
It will be. It will be.
Yeah.
But you may get used to it.
You have to get used to it. But it's also that way on the 3DS.
No, that's true too. But it's separate screens. I suppose they're trying to make it into one big screen if you're browsing a web page or something.
Yeah.
Or is it the operating system one on each?
Well, I think most importantly the applications will probably take advantage of it. So you may be playing a game, and then on the bottom you may have the map of the game, and on top you're actually playing it. So we'll see what the developers do with it.
So Sony getting to the tablet games kind of interesting to see.
Definitely.
Also the the 3D visor, which I don't know how you're gonna wear that out in public. But
Wait, I didn't
they
see
came
that.
out with a
Awesome.
I
yeah,
didn't see
you didn't
this
see that yet?
one. No.
Oh man. Well, basically, it's a visor you put on your head, and it creates. It make you feel like you're watching a 750-inch screen, like an IMAX.
Right in front of you.
Right.
I mean, it looks like you're out of a movie.
But wait, does it feel different? Oh, that was the one from CES.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I have seen that one.
Right. So it is 3D, and you attach it right in your head. I think it does have headphones inside of it that come down right in your ears.
They loop in.
Yeah, that's going to be 5.1 surround sound, so it should sound pretty nice.
And you can plug your PS3 right in
Yeah.
and get your game on. I'm gonna sound super nerdy, but from Star Trek Data, they had those glasses.
Yes.
It looks like a bigger version of those.
Way
It
bigger,
does.
yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But do we really think that we're going to be wearing these things? I can't imagine a world where we actually use these.
It's going to be for those geeks and the gamers. I think they'll probably be the best ones to get it. And then I think it costs like $780.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's going to.
Definitely.
I'm thinking Sunday afternoon when I want to watch football and my wife doesn't want to watch football. You pop that thing on, you got a movie screen, right in front of you. You can
That's
watch
true.
the game. It's in 3D.
But then I'm such a klutz that I'll be so immersed in the experience that I think I can get up and go get some popcorn or whatever, and bam!
Kelly
I
goes
just
right to
know
the
it's
wall.
bound to happen.
So I don't know, what do you guys think? Are any of these stuff that you would buy, or is it more of just like cool tech because they can do it?
All right.
Yeah.
Sony's one of those companies that sort of pushed the envelope to see if they could.
Sure.
It's
Just like them bringing the Walkman back. That's kind of. I
Yeah.
don't know about that, but yeah. So yeah, Sony's
Did
bringing.
anybody buy that?
No. I mean, they're bringing it back. Or I think they're trying to go at the iPod Touch a little bit.
Right.
They've tried.
Yeah.
No, but that
before.
came out like a year ago, didn't it?
No, they just announced it.
They announced a new Walkman as well.
A new lineup of them
Yeah.
yesterday.
Okay.
So.
And they announced a multi-touch e-ink reader too, if I can remember correctly.
That's running Android too. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. And it's e-ink. It's not a LCD display.
All right.
Interesting.
Weird.
It's gonna be weird. Sony's doing a little bit of everything now, so we'll see what they do with it.
So my random story. My grandfather just started using a Kindle, and I gave him an hour Kindle class, and now he is downloading books like crazy. It's easy for him to use. Do you think people that maybe aren't so techy can use that tablet?
Yeah, I think that's a good alternative too. I mean, I think a lot of people first think iPad,
Yeah.
but I think if you're just going to be doing a lot of reading books or magazines or whatever, I think the Kindle or this new Sony e-reader would be perfect for it. So, it's great in sunlight, so can't really beat that.
And
Yeah.
is all this tech sort of aimed at the nerdy, like us, the nerdy crowd, or is it? Sort
Who you
of
calling nerdy? I'm just joking.
I mean, for our parents and grandparents as well, that sort of are looking at all this stuff, saying that looks neat.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the one challenge I think Sony's going to have is marketing it so people can understand that it's not going to be just for the techies.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing that Apple does. Commercials kind of bring you in, make you feel anybody can use it. So.
It's not just the commercials, though. I mean, the marketing has that aspect, but in terms of watching a grandmother or a grandfather play with the iPad, it's incredible. I mean, I feel like part of my job is absolutely to play with the devices, but also to observe other people playing with it, and so that's what I spend a lot of time doing. And to watch somebody pick it up who doesn't feel comfortable with the computer and just use it and say, I want this, I could use it day in and day out. It's hard to beat.
That's an awesome point. Or even see a kid try and use an iPad.
Oh, a kid can use anything, though. I mean,
like a young kid.
yeah.
Try and pick it up and can realize what the buttons do and everything. Is really neat.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of awesome stuff coming out at IFA, and we actually haven't even started yet. This is a sampling, a taste of what we can expect. So wrapping up, anything you guys are looking forward to the most for the show?
Talk online tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be live again tomorrow. So after we do roam the floor tomorrow, I actually brought my tennis shoes. I skipped the heels this time around and went for tennis shoes. So what time?
10 a.m. East Coast time.
10 a.m. East Coast, U.S. Tomorrow. We'll be live again with all the stuff from tomorrow.
And that'll be on your YouTube channel?
On my YouTube channel, so that's youtube.com/geekbeattv. So I'm just looking forward to seeing it. I mean, there's a lot of European stuff here as opposed to all the U.S. stuff that we're so used to.
It's kind of cool.
We have a lot more stuff, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So wake up with us tomorrow if you're on the West Coast. We can have like our own morning show.
We'll have coffee.
You have the mugs in front of us. We just and Kelly have nothing on the three of us. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, which will be nighttime by us. So if you're in Europe, go to bed with the three of us. That sounds not what I meant.
It's another show. It's another show now.
You know what I mean. Thank you. I'll end on that note.
Bye, guys. We still have to keep waiting.
Yeah.